Cobra Kai had the greatest dirt bike gear in Karate Kid.
And they worked, you know what? Again, the Cobra Kai, I'll say it 1,000 times, the team through and through. You see the pattern they circled him in on those bikes to, like, run him off the road?
You really think about it, the Karate Kid's just about a loud dude from New Jersey who came and took someone's girlfriend.
He's a dildo. No, you've never seen that video?
What?
You've never seen that video? It's one of the funniest things of all time.
What video?
The condensed Karate Kid?
No.
If you watch the Karate Kid, by the way, the narrator's a genius. We watched this on Skanks before. You should watch this right now. It's great. If you really think about the Karate Kid, as you just said, Daniel Larusso is the piece of shit of that thing.
I will say, being someone named Daniel, born in the early 80s, the Karate Kid was probably the most important movie of my childhood.
Oh, yeah.
And I had brown hair, and it was like really the first time.
I still get goosebumps at the kick.
Daniel LaRusso's going to fight?
Daniel LaRusso's going to fight!
I want people to do that, bring me up at like the stand or the cellar. Like, Dan Soder's going to do a set? Dan Soder's going to do a set!
All right, we have our final comic of the evening. You may have seen it. Wait, what? Dan Soder's going to go on. Ding! Dan Soder's going to go on!
I could have Elizabeth Shue run out and stop in her blue skirt. Just shows me doing punchlines.
This is a great... Lou, can you put up the YouTube so we can hear YouTube, Lou? Is it up? Go ahead, play this.
Karate Kid is the story of Daniel, a violent sociopath who moves to a California town and begins tormenting a local boy and his friends. Johnny is a high school senior with a commitment to atone for past mistakes and move his life forward in a positive direction.
So, ex-degenerate, man. 8 a.m. tomorrow, I'm a senior. I've got 1 year to make it all work. And that's what I'm going to do. Make it work.
They are destined to meet when Daniel's neighbor invites him to a beach party where he becomes instantly obsessed with Johnny's newly ex-girlfriend, Allie.
And I.
After a courtship ritual consisting solely of creepy, unbroken eye contact, he approaches her, only to be summarily rebuffed. Johnny arrives to patch things up with Allie, but the discussion becomes heated.
Well, I want to talk to you, all right?
Pause it for a second.
I want to be clear.
And it's great because you really like... It's just someone taking a different perspective. and by the way,
angle.
when they do this, they're right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. About this. What Johnny is doing is not okay, and he should respect her wish to be left alone. Johnny is, in the end, a flawed hero. But one thing he is definitely not doing is getting violent. Daniel, however, seeing an opportunity to insert himself into Allie's life, chooses to escalate the situation, demanding the return of Allie's radio. Frustrated and heartbroken, Johnny complies with Daniel's request, and in the heat of the moment, pushes him down. Daniel now has the radio.
Hold on,
and
pause it. This is like, this is the equivalent, again. Now, if I'm representing the LaRusso family in court, I'm saying this is a little slanted. I see what he's doing, but he's also lawyer. He's like giving it like the
he's
lawyer
lawyering up,
treatment.
but I'll tell you what, there's a scene coming up he's going to show you that you'll remember.
This is like making a murderer with Daniel LaRusso.
Right?
Making a crane kick.
Making a human weapon.
Yeah. I've been waiting to get back at the United States. It's just fucking...
Ever since the army took his wife and kid, apparently, or his pregnant wife.
Miyagi's a sleeper cell.
Oh, he is. But so he makes his own human weapon. So the scene they're going to show here in a second, they'll describe it right after they go to the Cobra Kai's gym and challenge them to the tournament. And he goes, "You leave him alone."
Fight in tournament.
He goes, "You leave him alone until then."
Yeah.
The next day, you watch like Daniel LaRusso goes to school. He's like, "Hey, guys." Remember they're all beat up from Mr. Miyagi. He's like, "Oh, hey guys, don't run in front of any trucks and blah blah." Like, he fucks with them.
Yeah. All right, play it.
He is still in no danger. Nevertheless, he attacks Johnny, who merely steps aside, allowing Daniel to knock himself to the ground twice.
I mean, great move.
I didn't do anything.
But when Daniel refuses to let it go, Johnny must use force to end this violent outburst for the safety of everyone present. So what is Daniel's response to Johnny's non-aggression? Pow! A sucker punch right to the mouth. Johnny defends himself, as is his legal right, and then de-escalates the situation by leaving the scene entirely. The next day in school, Daniel trips while playing sport ball. Rather than accepting that occasional bumps and bruises will happen during playtime, Daniel instead externalizes the blame onto Johnny's friend Bobby and proceeds to ground and pound him, MMA style.
Time out. I just wanted to say this real quick. Fuck Bobby. I don't care what side he's on.
Fuck Bobby.
He was the biggest dick in the Karate Kid.
No, he wasn't.
Dino?
The biggest dick was the guy, whoever's screaming, "Yeah, get him a body bag." That guy.
Isn't that Bobby?
That's not Bobby. That's not Bobby. They all have feathered hair. It's hard.
Yeah, right.
It's the guy.
Dino doesn't, though.
It's the guy who's got those crazy, like, cheekbones. Like,
yeah.
Even when he fights like he's going to make that noise the whole time. Yeah. Yeah, get him a body bag.
Yeah, that is. I swear that's Bobby because it's the same
It's
kind
not Bobby.
The same apology when he hits his knee. He goes, "Sorry, Daniel."
No, different guy.
All right,
we'll watch that scene to prove it.
Back and to the left.
Yeah.
Back and to the left.
Go ahead.
Daniel attempts to enroll at a karate school, obviously intending to up his game so he can get revenge on Johnny. Put it this way, how would you feel if someone picked a fight with you, lost, and then went out the next day and bought a gun? Well, that's exactly how Johnny feels when Daniel shows up at Cobra Kai, so he decides to send a message. Your violence will not be tolerated, because Johnny knows what can happen when you teach karate to a person with a bad attitude. Months go by, and no one bothers anyone. Clearly, this conflict is over. Until Daniel, unprovoked and for absolutely no reason, drenches Johnny with water in the middle of a school function, ruining his night.
Pause.
To add irony,
he does.
He really does. And he's rolling a joint.
Which they're going to point out in a second. But but that is like, he could have just left this alone. Like, he goes out of his way to do something bad. I know you're going to say, well, don't take shit. But, like, he's going at them also. If it makes sense, it's more even than it seems like it was in the movie.
Did you go around crane kicking people? Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, did you do it or not, Daniel?
Did you do it or not? You going to fight in the tournament or not, Daniel? I don't know. People like me, we don't win.
I don't know. I don't have a belt.
Yeah, I don't have a belt.
I don't have a belt.
Am I going to get out to watch WrestleMania?
Am I going to be home in time to watch WrestleMania?
I don't know, Daniel. Depends how far you go in the tournament.
Did he do it or not? Did Mr. Miyagi teach you evil karate or not?
You're in the garage with him. Aaron, what'd you see in there? Was there a bonsai tree?
Mom has no concern about the time he just starts spending with an older man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, play it.
to injury, Johnny was at that very moment sparking up a J, which is just about the least violent thing you can do.
A weasel snagged the bee. All right.
But I digress. Daniel has crossed the line this time, and he knows it. After causing a multi-car collision, he flees into the night.
Holy shit,
There
I
is no
forgot
telling
about
what
that.
further damage
causes
this
a multi-car
unbalanced and
collision.
violent individual will do. And once again, it falls on Johnny to contain Daniel's fury. After local busybody, karate master, and child batterer Mr. Miyagi intervene, Daniel convinces him that this is somehow all Johnny's fault. So they go to Johnny's sacred place, the Cobra Kai studio, and challenge him to yet another fight. Johnny accepts the challenge and even agrees to refrain from defending himself against any more of Daniel's unprovoked aggression until the match.
No touches the permit down until the tournament.
Daniel, of course, sees this as a license to continue to harass Johnny in public with impunity.
Alright, watch this. Hey guys, how you doing? It's good to see you. Hey, sorry about the eye there, Johnny. Shoulder okay,
It's the
Tom?
guy all the way on the right. by the way.
Wait, he just said his name. Back it up a little, Christine. He just says his name. No, he says Tommy. Tommy and Bobby.
Tommy.
Shoulder okay, Tommy?
Tommy. Tommy's the one that says get him a body bag.
Alright.
The day of the tournament arrives. Johnny is there, defending his title. Daniel, meanwhile, is a danger to himself and others as he doesn't even know the basic rules of engagement.
Alright, what are the rules here?
To no one's surprise, Johnny advances to the final round, and karma catches up with Daniel when his leg is injured by the boy he wantonly attacked on the soccer field.
That's not true.
However, just as Johnny is about to be awarded his trophy, Daniel is granted unnatural strength by the demon sorcerer Miyagi, enabling him to defeat Johnny and win the tournament in an upset. Ever mindful of good sportsmanship, Johnny lets go of his sadness at losing, subjugates his ego, and personally presents Daniel with his tainted blood trophy. May you choke on it in your wet dreams, you rotten little prick. Thanks for watching. Please click like and hit
how
subscribe
great
if you'd
is
like
that?
to.
Yeah, that's great. So go to it's Jay Matthew. He's the one that does movies. Jay Matthew Turner on YouTube.
It's pretty great.
It's great, and it is. It's a retelling of the Karate Kid. I mean, it's still. I see it from the side of Daniel LaRusso. So
You wanted to be Daniel LaRusso.
so bad. I wanted
So bad.
Elizabeth Shue. I wanted a father figure that was also Asian.
I never identified with him.